So hello, what's up guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to make a text story animation with the help of your HTML, CSS and JavaScript. You can see here when I click to the Happy Ramzan text, the year 2023 changes to year 2024 by rolling the text, and while again clicking to this text, you can see here it again changes to 2023. If you want the source code of this text rolling animation, you can get this source code in the portfolio. The link of the portfolio is present in the about section of the YouTube or the description of this video. So let's get started. So let's start our code by writing the HTML boilerplate code. Give the title text rolling roller. Save it. Reload the page. Here you can see here the text have been changed, title have been changed. Let's go to the body tag. Before going to the body tag, first link this CSS file. Here you can see that the CSS file have been linked. Save the index.html. Now let's go to the body tag. In the body tag, first take a class container. In the container, take a div with class text. Now we have to give the styling to this div. Style -j is to 0. Now in the div we have to take a span tag. Give the styling to the span tag. Style -i is to 0, last comma, and write the text 2 into that. Now take 4 span tag in one div. 2, 3, 4. Now change the text 2, 3, 4 and 5. Save it. You can see here the text have been changed. Came here. Now also change the indexing of 1, 2 and 3. Save it. Now copy this div of text and paste it 3 to 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Now change the index of j. Write your 1, 2, 3 and last 4. Save it. Now we have to change the text, inner text also. Here we have to add 0, 1, 2 and 3, and next will be 2, 3, 3, 4. The last will be 3, 4, 3, 4. Save it. Now you can see here in this line you can see here 2023 means 2023, and after that 23, after in the right side of the 3 there should be the 4 number. As you can see here 2303 and 34. So let's go ahead. Now we have to give the styling. Before giving the styling, I will import a link which I have taken from the Google fonts. You can choose your font. I have choose the Oswald font. Now to the web page, I will give some CSS. I will give margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box, and I will give the font family of Oswald. Copy it and paste it here. I will also give this text and this index and this file link in the GitHub. Save it. Here your text have been changed. Now we have to give some CSS for the body. To the body we have to give display flex, align item center, justify content center, width of 100%, height of 100 VH, background code is 3D 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 means a black shaded color. Save it. You can see here all the text have become in the center because of the display flex, align item center, justify content center, and the width of this body tag is 100% and the height is 100 bs. The background colors have been changed with hash 3D 3D. Now let's go ahead to class container. In the class container we have to give position of this class container will be absolute, display will be flex, transform style will be transform style, preserve 3D, save it. There will be the gap of 20 pixel, save it. Then the body tag we have to also give overflow, hidden, save it. In background repeat, no repeat, save it. Now we are in the class container we have to give transform, translate in the y direction at the angle of 30 degree and rotate x, rotate in the x direction at the angle of 10 degree, save it. Let's go ahead. We have to rotate in y direction, not translate. Rotate in y direction 30 degree. You can see that every text have been inclined at the angle of 30 degree and in the x direction it is inclined at the angle of 10 degree. Now let's go ahead for the class text. We have to give some CSS for the class text. The position of this class text will be relative. Width will be 150 pixel. Height will be 150 pixel. Save it. Now transform style will be same. Preserve 3D. Transition all 2.5 seconds. Ease in and out. Save it. Now the transition delay of by calculating 0.25 seconds multiply by variance of minus j. Save it. Now let's go ahead for the span tag by calling the text class span. We have to give CSS for it. The position of the span tag will be absolute, top will be 0, left will be 0, width will be 100%, height will be 100%. Save it. Now display will be flex, align item will be center, justify content center, color hash triple F means it is white color. Save it. We'll give the font size of item, font size of 5 em, 5 em. Save it. Let's go ahead. After giving the font size, we have to give the background. Background color will be linear gradient. The linear gradient will be hash 434343, and the next color will be hash 535353. Save it. Now let's go ahead. The cursor will be default. Cursor default. Now transform rotate X, rotate in X direction by calculating 90 degree multiply by variance of minus minus I, and we have to give translate Z 75 pixel. You can see here it has changed the boxes. Now we have to give the left side boxes to every box. Now we will use the before tag to the text before. The content will be empty. Content will be empty. The position will be absolute. Width will be 100%. Height will be 100 VH. Width will be 100%. Height will also be 100%, not 100 VH. Height 100%. We have to give the background same as shade of 3737. 373737. Save it. Then we have to rotate this slide. We will give transform origin left. Save it. We have to transform rotate in X direction. No, we have to transform in Y direction. Transform in Y direction at the angle of 90 degree. Save it. Now we have to take this slide in the inner direction. So we have to give translate X. In the X direction we have to give translate X minus 75 minus 76 pixel. Save it. Now we have to change the color of this last child, last box. So for that we have to give the property of last child to the text.span dot text last child, or the last child in the span. We have to give the CSS of background, linear gradient, hash f 2 double f 00 and hash f2 double f 00. Save it. Now this we have to give the right slide should also be shade of this yellow color. So for that we have to give the color for before tag dot text last child before, last child before. We have to give background hash a6 af00. Save it. Okay, now it's somewhat looking nice. Now let's go to the HTML page. Here, after all this div above the border tag, we have to take one h2 tag. In that h2 tag we have to write happy Ramzan Mubarak. Happy Ramzan Mubarak. Then save it. Now let's give the CSS for the h2 tag. For the h2 tag we have to give the CSS position will be absolute. Bottom, we have to give bottom of 50 pixels. You can see here the text have been appeared here. Now we have to give color of hash 252525. Save it. We have to give the font size of 25 rem, 2 rem. Save it. We have to give cursor pointer. Okay, let's go ahead. After giving the cursor pointer we have to give the transition of 0.5 seconds. Save it. Now we have to give the CSS for the h2 after. In this we have to take the content 2024 at the ending. Save it. We'll give some space from starting. You can see here the 2024 have been appeared because of this content after. Now we have to give the color. To give it for the transition of 0.5 seconds and save it. Okay, now let's go for the class active, which have been made by the JavaScript, made in the JavaScript file. For the class active the color will be hash triple F. Save it. The text shadow will be 0 0 20 pixel hash f2200. Save it. We have to give hash triple F for this. And below, first remove this one and put simple comma. Now below that we have to give the inset color 0 0 50 pixel hash triple F. Save it. Now we have to take again one class new year, which will be also made by the JavaScript. New year after. In this new year after we have to give before new year we have to take the active after. We have to give the same but change this color and text shadow. We have to give the color in the text shadow of this one, yellow color. Save it. Now let's go ahead for the new year class. New year div. For the new year div you have to give transform rotate x, rotate in x direction at the angle of calculating minus 360 degree. You have to give minus 360 degree. multiply by I. Okay, now we have to give some CSS for the last child of this new year. Dot class new year div last child. It will be transform. It will also be rotate in the x direction by calculating minus 630 degree multiply by I. Save it. Now let's go to the HTML file for writing the JavaScript. Before the h2 tag, leave some space and give there the script tag for writing the JavaScript. First take a variable, let h2 target the h2 tag, document dot query selector h2. Now in this h2 let we have targeted the tag h2. We have targeted this tag in this tag. So let container equals to document dot query selector dot container. Save it. We have to give in the string. Now ahead h2 dot add event listener. We have to add some event listener while clicking on this text. While clicking on this h2 tag, we have to add one function and click h2. I will give one inline function. In this function, the h2 dot class list dot, we have to toggle one class that we had made in the CSS file. The class active we have to toggle, which we have made in the CSS file. Okay, the next, after clicking this h2 tag, the again one class container dot class list dot toggle. Again one the new year class should also be toggled. Save it. So here you can see that our project is ready. By clicking on this text, the year changes from 2023 to 2024. So please like our video, subscribe my channel and don't forget to share it. Thank you.